You are walking down the street. Someone bumps into you, hard. No apology, no acknowledgement, just keeps moving. You have 3 seconds to decide how you react. Smile and let it go. Say excuse me, or turn around and make it a problem. 3 seconds. That is all it takes to reveal who you really are when no one is watching. When the mask slips, when society cannot protect you from yourself. Most people think they know themselves. They believe they are good, kind, rational, but the truth is far more uncomfortable. You do not know yourself at all. You know the version of you that exists when everything is going well. When your coffee is hot, when your boss is nice, when the Wi-Fi works, but that is not you. That is the performance. The real you only shows up when things go wrong. When someone cuts you off in traffic, when your order is messed up, when you are disrespected in public, that is when the dark side emerges, and it emerges fast. 3 seconds fast. This is not some abstract philosophical concept. This is neuroscience. Your brain has 2 systems. The first is slow, thoughtful, rational. It thinks about consequences, about morality, about who you want to be. The second system is fast, automatic, primitive. It does not think. It reacts. And in those 3 seconds after someone bumps into you, System 2 is in control. The rational part of your brain has not even woken up yet. What comes out in that moment is pure instinct, pure emotion, pure truth. The ancient Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius wrote about it in his private journals. He knew that the mark of a person is not what they say they believe. It is what they do when they are provoked, when they are tired, when they are angry. That is the test, and most people fail it. Not because they are evil, but because they have never trained themselves to pause, to breathe, to choose. Modern life has made this worse. We live in a world designed to keep you reactive. Every notification is an interruption. Every headline is outrage bait. Every comment section is a fight waiting to happen. Your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode. You are not calm. You are not centered. You are a coiled spring, and the smallest thing can set you off. A rude email, a passive-aggressive text, someone chewing too loud. These tiny moments reveal the truth. You are not in control. Your emotions are and here is the thing no one wants to admit. That dark side feels good. When someone disrespects you and you snap back, there is a rush, a surge of power, of validation. You told them, you stood up for yourself. You did not let them walk over you, but that rush is a lie. It is not power, it is weakness, because truly powerful people do not need to react. They choose their battles, they control their emotions. They understand that every time you lose your temper, you lose a piece of yourself. You become smaller, more fragile, more ruled by the world around you. This is why the internet is so toxic, because it removes the 3-second buffer. Online, there is no consequence, no social pressure, no one watching, so people say things they would never say in person. They attack, they mock, they destroy, and they feel justified doing it, because the person on the other side is not real to them. They are just words on a screen, just an avatar, just an NPC in their personal video game. But every time you do that, you are training yourself. You are teaching your brain that this is acceptable, that cruelty is fine as long as it is convenient. And eventually, that bleeds into real life. You become colder, harsher, less human. The scariest part is how normal this has become. We live in a culture that celebrates the clapback, the burn, the takedown. We reward people for being savage, for destroying someone with words, for going viral by humiliating a stranger. And we tell ourselves it is okay because they deserved it, because they were wrong, because they started it. But that is the logic of a child, of someone who has never examined their own shadow, who has never asked themselves why they enjoy watching people suffer, even when it is justified. Carl Jung said that everyone carries a shadow, a part of themselves they refuse to acknowledge. The parts that are selfish, jealous, cruel, vengeful. Most people spend their entire lives pretending that shadow does not exist. They bury it, they deny it, they project it onto others, but it is still there. And in those 3 seconds, it comes out. Because you cannot fake who you are when there is no time to think, when there is no script, when you are just reacting. This is why stress reveals character, why breakups and bankruptcies and betrayals show you who people really are. Because when life gets hard, the mask falls off. The polite veneer cracks and what is underneath is often ugly. Not because people are fundamentally bad, but because they have never done the work. They have never sat with their anger, their shame, their fear. They have never asked themselves why they feel the need to hurt others when they are hurting, why they lash out instead of looking inward. But here is the truth. You are not stuck with your dark side. You can change it, but only if you acknowledge it first. Only if you stop pretending you are better than you are. Only if you start paying attention to those 3-second moments. Because every time you pause, you take power back. Every time you choose not to react, you become stronger. Every time you let the insult slide, you prove to yourself that you are not a slave to your emotions. This is not about being weak. It is not about letting people walk over you. It is about being so secure in yourself that you do not need to prove anything. So grounded that a stranger bumping into you does not ruin your day. So strong that you can be kind even when someone is cruel. That is real power. That is mastery. The modern world wants you reactive. It wants you angry. It wants you clicking and scrolling and fighting with strangers because that keeps you engaged. That keeps you consuming. That keeps you weak. But you can opt out. You can train yourself to pause, to breathe, to think before you speak, to choose your response instead of being controlled by your impulses. Start small. The next time someone cuts you off in traffic, notice your reaction. Notice the surge of anger, the urge to honk, to yell, to tailgate them for the next 5 miles. And then let it go. Just let it go. Not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Because holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It does not hurt them, it only hurts you. 3 seconds. That is all it takes. 3 seconds to pause, to breathe, to remember who you want to be. 3 seconds to choose light over darkness, control over chaos, strength over weakness. Most people will never do this. They will spend their entire lives reacting, blaming, justifying. But you do not have to be most people. You can be different, you can be better, you can be free. The question is simple. When life pushes you, what pushes back? The person you want to be, or the shadow you refuse to see? 3 seconds. That is all you get. Make them count.